Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live stream and talk. So I'm going to post this on a podcast as well. So today we're going to talk about chord changes, and we're going to talk about chord voicings. And I'm going to do a video kind of for the main channel as well with this topic, but I thought we'd do a little more in-depth kind of analysis and things on it and see where that all can lead us. All right, so we've done some analysis on the tune. We've talked about a couple of the techniques I'll be using here, and then I will kind of dive into what we've got and kind of what I've been using. All right, so let me see if I can get this plugged in without making too many pops and noises here. All right, so hopefully we'll get that kind of up and running. So I've had a few questions about that too, the MIDI. So this is it's called a hexaphonic pickup. So it has 6 individual pickups on it, and it can take the information from each individual string and translate that into MIDI information. All right, so let's see if we can get this going here. All right, so we have a chord like this one, okay, and then we're going to do this chord voicing, this, and then this, okay? So that all of that can really stand in for a G. So you could have a chord that's simple as just G major 7, and that's a voicing you could use as well, or G6, and make this motion of so that's one of the lines there that I did on the video, or one of, not lines, but one of the chord patterns. So playing that, basically an A minor, just these two are kind of transitional, B flat diminished, and then B minor, which kind of stands in or substitutes for the G, right? So that's kind of a similar sound or sort of related sound there. All right. I'm just gonna maybe kind of go through the tune little by little. So we have this this E minor 6. So I play that and play sort of similar motion. So this is kind of creating a little motion, but also is related to a 5. So it's kind of like a little minor 1, 5, 1, but it's creating that similar kind of motion. Now, it could have gone up here and played, I don't know, chord up here, but I just basically went back and forth between these two shapes. So okay, and then we get to the A7 and then up. Now, when I did the recording, I really focused more so on the strings 6, 4, and 3. Right? So again, a little bit more like that kind of sound. So really, I ended up kind of muting the second string most of the time. All right, and then we get the D7 or the D9. Okay, so what we're getting at, and really, you know, when you think about this, I mean, this A flat is written into the chord, into the song, but it's a similar concept. It's taking this kind of static chord here and just kind of moving back and forth a half step. All right. Okay, so the second time through the chorus, or the second half, I should say, second half, and we have that same G moving up. Okay, and then we can do the same thing in C. So we can do D minor, E flat diminished, and then E minor, and then maybe just head back to the C6. Okay, so remember that whole chord, that whole moment there, of course we have the 2 5s, which we talked about before. So we get those. And then for this, what I'm talking about is the C chord. So we're just creating a little motion on it. Okay, and then moving to the C minor 7. Okay, now the recording I was referencing, they go down here to C minor over B flat. Okay, and then you get to the A minor 7 flat 5, A diminished, or D7 flat 9. Okay, and then we get to the G. And then you can kind of do that same motion on it. Okay, and then you got to get into the tune. So really kind of focusing a little bit there on some of the moments where you sit on a chord and you might move around a little bit in order to kind of create some interest in it there. So all right. And then as far as the technique goes, it's kind of like a chunk sort of thing. So we try to keep the keep things moving. Okay, and just kind of getting that sort of sound. You can even kind of somewhat mute some of the notes. So Freddie Green was one of the kind of our model players on that. So listen to some Count Basie and check all that out. So it's just kind of sitting in there with the rhythm section. We want to subdivide triplets and just kind of, but sitting on quarter notes, kind of moving along like that. All right, so we'll take a little break here. I just realized it looks like I recorded at 112. I think I did the video at 114 at the on the play along, so I must have just made an error there, but anyway, so I'm gonna do a little playing and a little improv here. Okay, so going through there, just thinking a little bit here too about the 5 chords. So I didn't talk about that. So so we have this minor chord, E minor 7. Let me bring back the MIDI neck here. So we have this E minor 7, which we talked about, creating a little motion on that. Okay, but there's another moment where we have, well, the chord progression you might think of as the F sharp minor 7 flat 5, going to B7. Okay, now on the recording I'm referencing here, and what I did in the recording here is went straight to B7 and then moved up a half step and then back down. So there's a little moment too. So we get okay. All right, and that sits as kind of the rhythm section part there. All right, so we have those 2, 5, 1 progressions. And kind of at the core of that is the root 7 and third, root 3rd and 7, root 7 3rd, root 3rd and 7 into the root 7 3rd. Or if, I think I mainly played the 6 on that recording. Okay. Now, when you're playing this style, oftentimes I'll use these types of voicings, just kind of keeping that. So even if it's a D7, I'll just keep the finger on the A on the 6th string. So that way I'm almost always using strings 6, 4, and 3. Now when I get to the E minor, I really did use 5th string, 4th string, and 3rd string. All right, well, let's take a moment to do maybe a little more playing here. And let me remove some of this bass that was kind of coming up. All right, so there's a little bit of a rundown. It'll be kind of a short talk today on this, but we'll talk a little bit more tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions on the tune, or if anything I can help with. All right, have a really great practice session, and I'll see you all in the next one.